I've been in Canada for close to 4 years. I came into Canada as a student, so on a student visa, and I mentioned how I was able to win 5 scholarships. Now, after that video, I won one extra scholarship. So in total, I have won 6 scholarships when I was a student. Now, in this particular video, I will be sharing with you those websites. I will also be answering some of the frequently asked questions I have been getting ever since I made that video. Please, is there any scholarship for undergraduates? Yes, there are several scholarships for undergraduates. As you can see, as a graduate student, so they specify here that study or research in the graduate level, master's or PhD, you will be getting $10,000 and more. Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Fisayo, your wealth and mindset coach, dedicated to helping you achieve financial freedom. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do, maybe not. Okay, subscribe, like, and share. I'm going to share with you valuable tips, and if at any point any of them stick out to you, please do like. It encourages me particularly, and it also signifies to YouTube that this video is valuable so that they can recommend it to other people. Another thing you can do is share as well to anyone that you know that would find this valuable. Now, I've been in Canada for close to 4 years. I came into Canada as a student, so on a student visa, and I mentioned in this video here how I was able to win 5 scholarships. Now, after that video, I won one extra scholarship. So in total, I have won 6 scholarships when I was a student here in Canada as an international student. In that particular video, I shared with you tips and websites I searched to get the scholarships. Now, in this particular video, I will be sharing with you those websites. I will also be answering some of the frequently asked questions I have been getting ever since I made that video. In that particular video, some comments came up over and over again I will be addressing today. And in this same video, I will be giving you a step-by-step guide in regards to going to some of this website to show you how to apply for it. So I would also leave a timestamp in the description, and I'll leave the links to everything I shared. I also saw in the comment section people asking, oh, I want the link. All the links were in the description, but people perhaps didn't know how to access the description. I'll perhaps show a video right now showing you how to access the description so that you don't miss it out. Again, now one more thing I should add to this is that in the span of when I made that video to now, I have also been on a board where I was a jury to basically help people, or not help, to approve who gets a scholarship. So I would say I'm qualified to give you information on how to get scholarship, because I have been part of the jurors that selected people for a particular scholarship that I also won. So yeah, if while watching this video, like I said, if you enjoy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, these are the list of the websites right now that I mentioned in the previous video that I found useful when I was searching for scholarships here in Canada as an international student. Again, that video is more in depth on why I chose this particular website. Now, I'll just go straight into answering these questions that I saw over and over again, and at the end, and at some point, I would go into the how-to step-by-step guide. So enjoy. The first question here says, can one apply for scholarship at the same time apply for visa, even when one has not gotten scholarship yet? I'm guessing the person means even when one has not gotten admission yet. So the answer to that is no. You have to first get an admission before you get a scholarship. So an example, if I were to be giving you a money for the purpose of funding your admission, I want to be guaranteed that you've gotten an admission. So you want to give me an admission letter saying, yes, I've gotten an admission, and this is the duration of my education, and that this money will be used to do XYZ. My first ever scholarship was an accommodation scholarship. I got it when I got to Canada. However, I applied for it while I was still in Nigeria, and I had already gotten my admission. So immediately I got my admission, because on the paper or on the list of requirements, you will see the list saying number 1, admission for. Sometimes they want you to have an admission for a specific period. So if you know your admission is not in that specific period, you know you're not qualified to apply for that particular scholarship. So the answer to that is you want to get your admission first. Without getting an admission, you can't even get your visa. Your visa is based on the fact that you have an admission. And then without an admission, you can't get your scholarship. Please, is there any scholarship for undergraduates? Yes, there are several scholarships for undergraduates. And in my previous video, I shared the particular website where you can always screen if you want to look for undergraduate scholarships. You just basically put your preference and to show you the options. For me, I was looking for scholarships for masters because I was a master's student at this time. Next question says, do you apply for scholarships before applying for the course you want to study? The first answer answers this question. So no, admission first, then scholarship. I hope that answers. The next question says, can you please help me get a scholarship? Of course. Now, I shared my story as to how God helped me. I prayed. I was so, I would say almost so, it was basically a miracle that I got scholarship, my first ever scholarship. And then the second one too was a miracle. And I say miracle because I prayed, God gave me direction, one of which was to reach out to the counselor in my school that is in charge of scholarships and to ask, okay, what have I been doing wrong? What can I do better? Now, with all that I know and with applying that and getting, after that particular checkup with him, was 5 more scholarships. In total, 6 scholarships I got when I was a student. It shows that what I learned and applied is working. And with that, I am open to helping anyone who wants to get a scholarship here in Canada as an international student based on the strategies that worked for me. Now, if you want to book a session with me, just scan the barcode right here or click the link in the description to be able to book a one-on-one session with me, or I can help you also review your essays if you want your essays reviewed before you submit. Because I specifically know what, as a jury member, we look out for in scholarships before we know who is qualified to win a particular scholarship. So do not be shy. I am here to help by God's grace. Next question here says, can I apply for scholarship when I haven't gotten admission? No. Can you provide us a link? In the previous video, I provided several links in the description, but it seems like people did not still have access to this. I'm going to share a video right now showing you how to access those links in the description so that you know how to click it and go on the website I mentioned as well in this video as well. So do not miss out on this. In this particular video, I'll be sharing more links. So please, everything I say is in the description. Next question here says, please, are there any scholarship for undergraduates? I just addressed that. Yes, they are. Next question says, thanks for your video. Madam, can I get a scholarship immediately after secondary school? Yes, you can get your scholarship if you qualify for the scholarship. And qualifications, sometimes they say number 1, you must already have an admission. Number 2, sometimes they want you to have a particular grade. If you know you qualify for that, you apply. Number 3, they would want you to be in a particular term. So if you are in the 2025 term or 2026 term, you might qualify for it. Every scholarship requires something different. So you want to make sure you qualify for it and you put in your best. If it requires an essay, you submit an essay as well. Next question here says, how do I apply for a scholarship in Canada if I'm in Nigeria? Again, I got my first scholarship when I got to Canada, but I applied for it when I was in Nigeria. All you have to do is check the requirement. If you meet the requirement, apply for it. And if you need guidance, book a session with me. Hi, I just got admission. Congratulations from UCW, but the tuition fee is much. How do I get a scholarship? Would I get a scholarship for my tuition fee? If you apply for the scholarship, you would. If you don't, you wouldn't. If you have your admission already, as you mentioned, you should be able to check to see if you qualify for any scholarship. If you don't tender your request for a scholarship, nobody would know that you need money to apply, or nobody will know that you need money to fund your school fees. So you want to look for scholarships within your school and also outside of your school, external scholarships that you might qualify for. That first video I made will definitely be of help to you as well. All right, so the next question says here that I have tried to look for a scholarship, but why I can't get it. Again, you want to stay till the end of this video to see how to be thorough in getting a scholarship that you qualify for. Number 1, if you've done all of that and you've applied but you keep getting denial, I understand that. I have been in that show as well. I mentioned at the beginning, I was always getting denial when I applied for my internal scholarships in my school. Once I reached out to one of the counselors in the school, and he gave me steps I followed. With the grace of God, I was able to now bag more scholarship after. Now, all you have to do is make sure you implement the right strategies, put in the right make sure that people understand that you really need the money in the essay, and that is where people get it wrong. So again, you can click the link in the description to download the essay templates that I've created to help you land your scholarship, or you just have to book a one-on-one session with me if you know you're still struggling with getting a scholarship of your own. So there's a question here that says, thank you for the video, it was interesting. I hope we would have time to chat more. I have been able to pick some points of calls and I would like to ask. Number one, can I show you a template of what I have written and if you can help me modify? Yes. Number one, I help people review their essays. Some people just need that extra boost of confidence. Number one. Number two, they need help. I mean, I was in the same shoe, like I said. I'm not going to take myself out of that bracket. And once I got help, I was able to land scholarships, and I'm here to, of course, extend that same hand to help you as well. Next is, when one is currently in Nigeria and needs such scholarship, can one get a scholarship outside? Yes. So if you're still in Nigeria and you qualify for a scholarship, meaning you've gotten your admission and you meet all the requirements stated, you can apply, and make sure you put your best foot forward. You can download one of my scholarship templates if you know you need help with writing an essay that will help you land your next scholarship. Number three, I want to do my master's program in Canada. What are the do's and don'ts? Very good question. I have a blog post that focuses on that. In fact, in that blog post, I share my culture shock that you should prepare for. And I made a couple of videos on Instagram that seems to resonate with so much people, that got so much views and comments. So that shows that, yes, I'm not the only one going through this. So you want to be able to go to my blog on thefisayo.com to check out that blog post, and visit my Instagram as well, thefisayo, to check out those previous videos I shared my culture shock here in Canada. You'll find it useful. And the last question here says, I went to search through a lot of scholarship requirements. When the requirement talks about CGPA and GPA, but not CGPA rather. For GPA, I qualify for almost all the scholarships, but CGPA, I qualify for a few. All the scholarships I applied for, I don't think anyone required having a good CGPA or GPA. They were more focused on, they want to know who you are, what you've done, and why you need this particular money. Now, if it says, oh, I actually just remembered now that I actually applied for one that requested that I have a particular CGPA, which was beneficial for me, and which I do have, or I did have a good CGPA. So just going back to this question, what I would advise you to do if you're confused is, again, click the link in the description to book a one-on-one session with me. The short answer to that is, if you look at the requirement and you know that the CGPA is between what you have, there's no need for you to worry. If you know that you do not meet the requirements for the CGPA or GPA, then you know that that particular scholarship is not for you. You go on to the next. The reason why you want to check requirements is to make sure you don't waste your time in applying for something that you eventually wouldn't get. Make sure you qualify for it first before you apply for it. Yeah, I hope I have answered all the questions to the best of my ability. Now, again, as I mentioned, if you need a one-on-one session with me to be able to walk you through how to apply in detail, or if you want to, get someone to review your scholarship for you, scan the barcode right here. Or if you want someone to be able to help you review your scholarship essays for you, scan the barcode right here and click the link in the description below. Now you can go to the next segment of this video where I give you 2 examples on how to apply for a scholarship step by step. So I do have a blog post where I've written extensively on scholarships. The link will be in the description below. Make sure to click that. So on this particular blog post, you want to click on the first link here, which is where I found most of the external scholarships I received as a student here, when I was a student rather, here in Canada. So we click on all scholarships, and then because there are a lot of scholarships and bursaries on this particular page, to avoid, you just come to the section that aligns with you. So at that time, I was a graduate student or a master's student, and I'm guessing people watching this will most likely be graduate students as well. So you click on graduate student, look for a province that suits you. Let's choose Alberta this time, and then hopefully we see scholarships in the line of your interest. Let's see. And you can click on Unilever. Let's see what they're looking for. Students who are 16 years or older, currently registered as a student in good standing. Again, this goes back to the questions I answered earlier. You cannot apply for a scholarship if you're not a student. So you want to make sure you've gotten your admission first. So you're currently a registered student in good standing with the university.
you are a legal resident. So at this particular one, we want you to already be residing in Canada. So I wouldn't suggest that you come and apply for this scholarship if you're not a resident in Canada. And guess what? That is already, they're not asking you to have a good CGPA or a bad CGPA. They just want these things. And then you click on apply now. We want you to submit an essay depending your point, showing that you're eligible to apply for this particular scholarship. And that is where you can also download my essay template, basically showing you the winning way to share your ideas to a scholarship jury so that they can realize that you are the best candidate for the scholarship. So if you want to get that, click the link in the description below or scan the barcode right now to download the essay template. So yeah, that is one way to get a scholarship, or that is one way to get an external scholarship. Again, there are several scholarships here. Let's just try one more and see. And as you can see, even though we chose Alberta, the previous scholarship did not say anything about you must be in Alberta. There are a few scholarships that do specify provinces. Oh, you must be in Ontario. And in situations like that, when I was a student, I was in BC, and I knew that I did not qualify for that. It was just frustrating. So it just made sense for me to put BC so that I don't see anything that was not related to BC. Now, this is a $2,500 scholarship. Let's see the eligibility. It says here that applicant must be either an undergraduate, a graduate, or a high school senior. All students, irrespective of nationality, race, or gender, are eligible. So kudos to you if you discover the scholarship on time. You could win a free $2,000. They're not really expecting you to define or say anything. So I'm just going to click here to see more. Selection of a winner and payment. Our team of experts choose the essay. So you're going to submit an essay. So they're showing here that you have to submit an essay. Conditions and eligibility. Deadline is April 1st. So if you're watching this before April 1st, I hope you've submitted. It's in USD, not even in Canadian dollars, which is good. Congratulations to the previous winners. So one good tip you can do is reach out to the previous winners as well to ask for tips from them and see if they would respond to you. Because I've seen people ask, come into my DMs on Instagram and even on LinkedIn because of some of the previous scholarships I have won in the past. So yeah. It looks like they've given you the how to apply in 2 steps. Download and review this and write your application. They want you to make sure that it's no more than 1,000 words. So follow everything in detail. Again, like I said, if you want to have a one-on-one detailed session with me to help you with your application, feel free to click the link in the description to book a one-on-one session with me, and we can go through the eligibility of each of the scholarships you're interested in applying for. Now let's get into a different type of scholarship that I did not actually get, because at the point when I was researching for scholarships in Canada, I would always come to this particular website and I would always see scholarships I was not eligible for. An example is it will say anyone to apply for this particular scholarship must be a Canadian citizen or have permanent residency or must be of Asian descent, which I never qualified for. So it was just like not needed, and I wasn't getting anywhere with it. So if you want to access these scholarships presented to you by Canada, you want to come to canada.com, and I'm bringing this to your screen because I did discover that there are some that Nigerians are not qualified for. So you want to pay attention to this because this particular scholarship is worth more than the previous ones I just shared with you. So you essentially come to canada.ca, click on menu, then scroll down to money and finances, then you go to education funding. Under education funding, you click on scholarships. And under scholarships, you click on international scholarship for non-Canadians. I'm assuming everyone watching right now is an international student. I mean, the title of this video already gives it away. So you click on that. And usually, as you can see, what I would see is Canada, China scholarship, and a lot more Asian-based scholarships. So I would always be discouraged, right? So one scholarship I did discover, well, there are a couple. I'm just going to start with this one. This is Study in Canada scholarship. Again, what I immediately just do is come to the eligibility. Who is eligible to apply for this? So you see Africa here. And I'm keen on Africa because again, I'm a Nigerian. At that point, I was always looking for anything that I would qualify for in regards to my race, my gender or my nationality. So you see Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, Ghana, Uganda, Senegal. So if your country falls in amongst all of this, you're definitely eligible. Next thing is you must be enrolled. So you must have gotten an admission and you must have enrolled to a post-secondary institution in an eligible country. That's interesting. Okay. Pay tuition fees to that. You must be paying tuition fees to that institution at the time of application. So I'm guessing they want you to have paid something before you applied for this particular scholarship. Then the next thing I want to see is how much am I going to get? As you can see, as a graduate student, so they specify here that study or research in the graduate level, master's or PhD, you will be getting $10,000 and more. So eligible expenses that will be covered for this is visa and study work permit, airfare, health insurance, living expenses, and whatnot. So you then go into the application process and you begin to see what you need to do next. And again, I have templates that would help you with essays, because it looks like they want you to submit supporting documents here. And do your due diligence, study and see what is required. So that is one on this website. If we go back and scroll back up, you click on search for scholarships. And then you begin here by clicking your citizenship. Right now you are an international student, so you're non-Canadian student. And then you select your country of origin. And then you click to view scholarships. Over here, you'll see multiple scholarships. As at the time when I was a student, I was aware of MyTax scholarship, which did require a lot more. And as you can see, the Study in Canada scholarship I just shared with you is also listed here. There are other scholarships by the government of Canada, but the one I'm pretty sure of is MyTax. Anyone can apply for MyTax. You just have to take a look at the program requirements and do the work, because this one will definitely require some work, but the monitor is good. They will give you some good funding, and it's usually for research based on their interest at MyTax. And yeah, you just take a look at all this and feel free to send me a DM on Instagram at the Fisayo if you have any further questions. And again, don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it and if you found it of value.
If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm sure this video has been valuable. Again, do not keep this to yourself. Share this with someone that would definitely need this while you're starting their journey in Canada or continuing their journey as an international student here in Canada. And if you want to click here to watch my previous videos where I share 2 books I have read has helped me grow financially and transform my financial life. Till next time, do not forget to stay awesome, stay inspired.